And good evening. This is Kristi Turnbow. I'm your host of An Evening in Jackson. It's actually daytime today because we are celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the First Ladies Luncheon for United Way. We are at the fairgrounds this afternoon. We have a record-breaking crowd. We've got two very special guests that are going to be with me today, Miss Anita Kay and Mr. Matthew Marshall. Anita Kay is sort of the lady that makes everything happen with the First Ladies Luncheon, and of course, Matthew Marshall is the president and CEO of United Way. We're so excited that you could join us today live, like I said, at First Ladies Luncheon at the fairgrounds in Jackson. We'll be right back.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us, a promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Navigating through the real estate market can come with a lot of unexpected turns. You may be buying a home for the first time. If you're buying again, chances are the market's changed since your last move. The number of homes on the market, interest rates going up or down, you need somebody who studies the market and a team that guides you through the process. You pick your destination, the Katie Hale team will show you the best way to get there.
We're rolling back payments in West Tennessee during the April Shower You with Savings event at Sarah of Jackson and Sarah of Bartlett. Save huge amounts of cash in your pocket. Lifted Sierra and Silverado 1500s up to $13,500 off. Buick Enclave, Envision and Encore up to $5,000 off. Up to $5,000 off GMC Canyon and Terrain. And up to $3,500 off Cadillac CT5, CT4, and XT4. Prices are rolling back now at Sarah of Jackson and Sarah of Bartlett.
And we're back to An Evening in Jackson. Good afternoon again. I'm Kristi Turnbow, your host for An Evening in Jackson. Remember, An Evening in Jackson is a showcase to enlighten you and to let you know what's going on in your own backyard. And being brought to you by E+ Broadband. We're so excited that we're at the fairgrounds today for the 10th anniversary of First Ladies Luncheon. And I have my first guest, Miss Anita Kay Archer. Anita Kay. She's
Kristi,
here.
Thank you so much.
Is this not amazing? We're having a record-breaking year.
It's a our 10th anniversary, a record-breaking year. We will have about 1,025 here today. So exciting. And I appreciate the Bank of Jackson letting me be a part of this, because it is time-consuming. But, so well worth it to see from the 15 counties around here. 10 years ago, we started
at
Lambeth University, now the University of Memphis, with 334 people.
And we thought that was an incredible event.
Oh, I thought it was incredible. And I hated to move it from Lambeth, but it quickly grew a little bit larger than Lambeth could host. But the fairgrounds is wonderful to you just won't believe the needs that when you have 1,000 people come in, and all the Ben Hayes with Gourmet Your Way caters, and y'all, I'm not kidding you, for 1,000, 15, 25 people, he will cater in about to have everybody eating in 12 minutes.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
But, I mean, it's so exciting because it is our 10-year anniversary.
It is.
And last night we had our first ever preview party.
It was amazing.
And that was fun,
we thought we'd have about 100 people here. I hope to.
Right.
No, we had 255 people, which was wonderful. And this is something we will do from now on.
Right.
Because it takes you 2 days to see all 126 tables
and
decorated.
They're all so amazing.
And different.
And it's so amazing to see everybody's creativity and what they come up with. And I think one of the most important things, yes, we have some men here, and we're going to have Matthew on here in just a minute. But the most amazing thing is that so many women are uniting.
Oh.
And coming together for a great cause.
It is wonderful. A great cause, yes. United Way is a wonderful cause. not only in our Jackson community, but the 15 surrounding counties. Yeah. It is wonderful.
And can you tell us about our guest speaker today?
Oh, I can. Meg Kennard. Meg grew up in Memphis, went to St. Mary's High School with my daughters, as a matter of fact, and she is with Associated Press, has been for 17 years. She went to UT Martin, and so we're so happy to have her with us representing West Tennessee. Her grandfather was Congressman Ed Jones, and that is just another tie to West Tennessee.
Right.
But Meg also is a cancer survivor, and we'll be talking about our determination and our love of life.
Well, and which ties in great with all the other women here.
That's right.
Because we're all determined. We're trying to make things happen. And you look behind us. I mean, so many people are coming in. And it's absolutely incredible that we have so many people that are supporting United Way.
Yes.
And that find out about it through a First Ladies Luncheon.
That's right.
Yeah, but I know you're ecstatic too because of how much it's grown in the 10 years.
Oh, I'm so happy. And, we look for it to grow next year.
Yes.
Even more. I'm not sure where we'll put everybody, but that's okay.
Yeah, we're going to have to just keep expanding.
We're going to keep expanding. We may have to build an addition on the fairgrounds.
On the fairgrounds.
Yes.
But it is... and we've got beautiful weather. I know a couple of years ago during COVID, we had to have it outside here at the fairgrounds, which was great too.
It allowed us to have it.
But there's nothing that's really stopped this event.
No.
And
nothing will stop it.
I think that it speaks for itself.
It does.
And it's so important too that we are opening the knowledge and the education about all that United Way does.
Yes.
Through something like a First Ladies Luncheon.
Absolutely.
And so we're getting that message out to so many
that
may not
wonderful.
have been involved or know about it.
But thanks to you and this program, we are able to.
Well, yes, but it all starts and ends with you and all the other ambassadors for the First Ladies Luncheon, and then Matt and his team.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's just, I hate to say it's like a warm and fuzzy. It's a warm and fuzzy, but times like a million because
times
it is
a million, that's right.
And we've always had such interesting guest speakers.
Yes.
And I love how it always is pretty much tied in some way to West Tennessee.
And I've had several people this week ask me, why is it called the First Ladies Luncheon? The First Ladies Luncheon, we had the governor's wife, the First Lady of Tennessee.
Right.
And also we had 2 keynote speakers. That year we had our first female superintendent. So it was wonderful as we talked about education and our state, which we're so proud of.
But once again, that's a tie-in that so many people may not have ever known about if they hadn't come to the First Ladies Luncheon. Because like I said, I feel like you and I both, and a lot of other amazing women in Jackson and West Tennessee, tried to always to continue to educate and empower other women.
Absolutely.
And it's so important that having events like this where we can come together and have fun and a wonderful time.
I know it.
But also there's a message.
There's
a true
message.
Meaning behind having fun and decorating these gorgeous tables and socializing.
And whatever gets you here, you're going to learn the
Yes.
message of United Way.
Yes. Can you tell us, I know you said earlier when we were just chatting a little bit, the gentleman that called and said, hey, Anita Kay, I need you to help me do something.
That was Eddie Lee Herndon, the first executive director, not of United Way, but when we started this, he came to me and said, Anita Kay, I have a question for you. I have something for you to do. Not that you need anything else to do.
Right.
And I said, well, what is it, Eddie Lee? And he said, I want you to chair this event. We didn't have a name for it. We just knew it was going to be, I think we knew it was going to be lunch. But it grew from there, and Eddie Lee, I finally said, first, Eddie Lee, I don't know when I'm going to fit that in.
Right.
But the Bank of Jackson is gracious enough to allow me time to do this. But then he said, when I went back and I said, Eddie Lee, yes, I will do it. But get out of my way.
Yeah.
And he got out of my way, and it's with these ambassadors working on this, 23 ambassadors, and it's wonderful to see these ladies all with a passion.
all with it, yes, and not just for, getting their friends together or going to different businesses and saying, hey, help us support it. But once again, it's supporting United Way and everything that they do in the community that helps our community as a whole.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Oh, it is wonderful. It's wonderful to be here. And I hope everyone can see in the background.
Yeah.
Because this place is buzzing. And everybody, we have them come in at 11. We open the doors. And then people can peruse the tables before lunch.
And then, like we were talking about, our first preview party was last night.
Oh, and it was wonderful.
And I think that it's going to grow, too.
Yes.
And then that gave you a chance to really mix and mingle, but most importantly, get to see every single table.
I know it.
And I cannot stress enough, if you've never been to this event, you need to make sure that you get tickets and come next year, or sponsor a table.
Exactly.
Help us continue to get, the money raised for United Way.
Absolutely. And you're going to hear from Matt in a few minutes talking about where this money goes and what projects it helps support.
And there's so many of them, and we can't ever forget, yes, we're having a good time, but once again, it's that message and the meaning behind everything we do.
Absolutely.
Anita Kay, your vision has come to life. I know you're so proud.
I'm so excited.
I'm so proud just to know you and be associated with this event.
Kristi, thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for everything you do for this community. And Ladies Luncheon is going to continue to grow.
It's going to continue to grow.
Yeah.
It is.
And we'll be back in just a minute for an evening in Jackson.
Hi, my name is Brett Wyatt. When I grew up, I want to be a teacher because my parents were, and I just really like educating other people.
Blood donation saved Brett's life, there's no doubt. He received so many blood products over such an extended period of time. There's no doubt that the people who chose to give definitely had a part to play in saving his life.
Please donate today.
When you hear our name, know that it comes with a promise to give back to the community that built us, a promise to provide a human touch in a world that is becoming more automated. Ever since we put our roots down in Jackson in 1996, we have aspired to be community-focused by supporting programs and organizations that are important to our city. At First Bank, it is our mission to be present in our community and to continue the belief that when you bank local, you get more. Member FDIC.
Navigating through the real estate market can come with a lot of unexpected turns. You may be buying a home for the first time. If you're buying again, chances are the market's changed since your last move. The number of homes on the market, interest rates going up or down, you need somebody who studies the market and a team that guides you through the process. You pick your destination, the Katie Hale team will show you the best way to get there.
We're rolling back payments in West Tennessee during the April Shower You with Savings event at Sarah of Jackson and Sarah of Bartlett. Save huge amounts of cash in your pocket. Lifted Sierra and Silverado 1500s up to $13,500 off. Buick Enclave, Envision and Encore up to $5,000 off. Up to $5,000 off GMC Canyon and Terrain. And up to $3,500 off Cadillac CT5, CT4, and XT4. Prices are rolling back now at Sarah of Jackson and Sarah of Bartlett.
And good afternoon once again. I'm Kristi Turnbow, your host of An Evening in Jackson. We are at the fairgrounds today celebrating United Way's First Ladies Luncheon. It's our 10-year anniversary. And my next guest is Mr. Matthew Marshall, the president and CEO. Matthew, thank you so much for being here today.
No, Kristi, thank you for having us, and thank you for coming out to the fairgrounds to celebrate this awesome event with us, and for us to be able to do this show here is just amazing.
Well, and for everybody to sort of get a glimpse of what
Absolutely.
Truly the First Ladies Luncheon is.
That's right. That's
you know, right. For those that maybe have never attended, you know, it's a really big deal.
It absolutely is.
And it's a great way for us to help raise money for United Way. But just to give our viewers a little bit of background, one of the most fascinating things I think about you is that you're a fifth generation Madison Countian. And not only does United Way help Jackson, but also all of West Tennessee.
That's right. That's right. 15 counties.
And you've been leading the charge, so to speak, at United Way for the past couple of years. But can you tell us and share with us, because I know how passionate you are, and you've been such a great leader of getting that passion into, the process of making it grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you've got some exciting information I think you're going to share with our audience as well.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I think, as you mentioned, I'm a hometown guy. This is the city that raised me, but also the region that raised me. And, I really value that and cherish that. And I'm raising even another generation here.
Right.
And so it's so important to me to be able to give back to the community that gave so much to me. And so it's really a privilege and honor to be able to do that. And so that passion, I think, really comes from there. We're super excited. This is the largest First Ladies Luncheon we've ever had.
126 tables.
126 tables, over 1,000 people. And that is really, capping off what has been a remarkable year for us as well. So in our 81-year history, we just finished our largest revenue-generating year in the history of United Way.
Yay!
And so we're super excited about that as well. And it ultimately isn't about just the revenue, right? It's about what we're able to put back into the community,
right,
and how we're able to give back and all their incredible programs.
Well, and I always say, too, part of the reason I wanted to do this show was, to focus on what's happening in your own backyard. I always say if you're going to live here and work here and raise a family here, we want our community to be the absolute best that it can be.
That's right.
And so many of the things that make our community and help it grow and everything is United Way and the programs that they provide. And that's why I'm honored to be a part, of First Ladies Luncheon. But just like I said to Anita Kay earlier, the message and the meaning behind every single event that we do in trying to raise that money,
that's the
for those programs. But, how amazing is it that we just had a record-breaking year as far as the money that you guys raised. We had a record-breaking event with First Ladies. It's just so many positives. We just got to keep that momentum going. But can you share with us some of the other things that you're really excited about that United Way is doing?
Yeah, so, one of the reasons for that record-breaking year is just in the last few weeks, we secured an almost $900,000 grant for a new tutoring program.
Yeah.
And so we're getting ready to roll that out really soon. In fact, you guys are kind of getting to hear about that ahead of almost everyone else.
Yeah.
And so we're really excited about that. It'll come alongside our already existing tutoring program, the READ team.
Right.
And so we're really excited to roll that out. It'll actually be launching as a pilot this summer. Here in Jackson, Madison County, and also in Haywood for those school systems.
Well, in our future, I know it's sort of
depends on that,
but it's our children.
That's right.
And that next
100%.
Generation, and who's going to take, So.
And we launched our Financial Empowerment Center almost exactly a year ago as well, in March of last year, in 2022. We have made some new hires. We're growing. There's just so much excitement, I think, around the work we're doing. And again, for me, the most exciting part, even as you mentioned, is the reason for all of that.
Right.
And our ability to provide stability in the areas of health, education, and financial stability itself. And so,
but those are the cornerstones
of
our community.
That's right. That's right.
We've got to have those things.
Yeah.
And with you and your team, like I said, sort of leading the way and making all this happen, people just need to stop for just a minute. Yes, we're here at the fairgrounds, and it's a beautiful day, and we're celebrating the First Ladies Luncheon. But this is just a small part of such a bigger picture. And like I said, people just need to stop sometimes and think about if we didn't have the health, and we didn't have the financial, and we didn't have the educational, what would our community look like?
Right.
It would be a completely different,
Absolutely. And there's so much excitement, very recently over the last year or so around Blue Oval City. I've had an opportunity myself to be engaged in some of those conversations, and it's thrilling because we recognize that the next 10 to 20, 30 years of West Tennessee is going to look very different. But I think part of the most exciting part about that is that we get to be a part of crafting that vision. And I don't just mean United Way, I mean all of us.
Right.
And that's just thrilling as well. And so we're really hoping to provide that stable foundation for that next generation of kids who are going to grow up and be our leaders of tomorrow.
Right. And, but it is, events like this. It's all the other things that you do that, gets that message out, but also is preparing, the future,
Well, I think even today, like with First Ladies Luncheon, Anita Kay, when she was on earlier, she spoke about, this idea of inspiring the women of West Tennessee, right? And I think that that's a central core mission that we have as well. But it's also inspiring the girls who will become the next First Ladies, right? And I think that that's what's so cool, is that we get to talk and inspire multiple generations.
Well, and, I mentioned to Anita Kay as well about how we need to continue to educate and empower. Yep. And having events like this is a perfect way
That's right.
for us to continue to do that, because you and I are both involved in a lot of different things, from Rotary to whatever. Yeah. But at the same time, so we're seeing things that are happening. Right. But there's a lot of women that come to this event that may not know a lot about what's going on. And so that's why these kind of things are so important.
That's right.
And I want to go back to y'all's record-breaking year, too, for just a moment. I don't think people realize what an accomplishment that is.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, I'm just so honored to be able to lead in this way and be in this position, and for us to have been able to witness that growth. Since 2019, we've seen our overall revenue grow by 147%. And that's due to the contributions of people in the community, and that's due to the hard work of the staff, but also, all the hard work we've been doing alongside all our other nonprofit agencies that we support. It truly is a united effort in front. And so I actually think our best is still well ahead of us.
Right. Well, and I'm going to put you on the spot for just a minute, because something you shared with me actually last night at the preview party. When you came in and was going to be the president and CEO of United Way, you sort of had a vision and monetarily where you thought United Way should be. And, you and your team have made that happen. And so I want people to really realize that, too, because it's your passion, your determination. Like you said, it's you and your entire team. But can you also share with the audience, when you talk about, because y'all sort of started like roundtables of all the different, nonprofits in the area. And I think that's one of the most amazing things that I've ever seen in this town, is when everybody sort of all comes together.
That's right. So back in the pandemic, we began bringing all the nonprofits together in what we call the West Tennessee Nonprofit Network.
Right.
And that grew really out of the need of that moment, because we had to coordinate with each other. But since that time, we've kept that going. And we're actually in the middle of a transformation now. The last 2-3 years, we've been doing that where just everybody came together regardless of the area you served in. Now we're breaking them into these roundtables of where they get together by service type. So all the people in the health field, all the people who may be working education, et cetera. And so that's been really, really great to see now. We're in the middle of that transition. And the whole goal of that is, again, to better coordinate all the services so that the clients we serve get better service, but also so that we are able to work together in a way that brings more dynamism to West Tennessee, but also stretches every one of those dollars further.
Right, and I think before there was, I hate to say a lack of communication, but not everybody was communicating, or, hey, this group's doing this, but we didn't even know that. And,
that's right. We put together a calendar of events for that exact reason.
And so, to me, that's one of the, yes, it came in because of the need of COVID and because of some of the crises, so to speak, that we were encountering during that time. But what a blessing that has been for all these organizations. And like you said, it takes that money and stretches it as far as it possibly can.
And I think, that's one of those things where, you have to take, the lemons that life gives you and make lemonade out of it sometimes, right? And we have to be willing to be flexible and to do that. And I absolutely agree. I think there were some wonderful things that, despite all of the hardship, none of us ever want to go back there.
Right, never.
Never. But I think there's some great things that we've been able to pull out of it.
Right. And, once again, it's just everybody sort of, like you said, coming together. Like today, a great example of a lot of different people and from all over West Tennessee,
every walk of
not
life.
Just Jackson, and from a lot of different, walks of life, like you said. I can't say how much I appreciate you being, on the show, just because I so believe in the mission of United Way. And making sure that our community is the best it can be, because we've got those cornerstones of all the nonprofits, like you said, working together, talking together, and making every single dollar that is raised go as far as it can.
Go as far as it can and help as many people as it can.
Yes. And, I always say, yes, we are worried when things happen all across the world, but at the same time, we've got to take care of our backyard first.
Absolutely.
And then we can move out.
That's right.
All right, Matthew, thank you again.
Thank you.
And Thank you for joining us for an evening in Jackson.
Hi, my name is Brett Wyatt. When I grew up, I want to be a teacher because my parents were, and I just really like educating other people.
As I think about all the people that have had a hand in saving Brett, donors are definitely on that list. We will never be able to thank the donors directly, but if you give, you can take pride in knowing that you have helped save a life.
Please donate today.
Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to E+ broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. E+ broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries.
And we're back again to an evening in Jackson. I'm Kristi Turnbow, your host, and we're at the fairgrounds today, right here in the heart of Jackson for First Ladies Luncheon. So the 10-year anniversary of First Ladies Luncheon. We have over 1,000 women, 126 tables celebrating, getting together and supporting United Way. My guest, Matthew Marshall, the president and CEO of United Way, is still with us.
Absolutely.
And I just wanted, E+ broadband, we couldn't do this without them, but we also couldn't be having this event without the United Way and everything that we're trying to help grow and do and raise money for United Way.
Absolutely.
Can you share with everybody the website and and how they can find out how they can help, they can donate?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at United Way, we always say that you can give, you can advocate, or you can volunteer.
Right.
Everybody can do at least one of those
Something.
things. That's right. And so go to our website, uwwt.org. So United Way West Tennessee, uwwt.org. You can find out all about the incredible programs that we're running now through United Way, all the other agencies that we help, how you can get involved. You can even donate there at the website as well.
And so that's really making it easy.
That's right.
For everybody. There's no excuses.
That's right.
And I always say if everybody in our community gave 1 hour a week to their favorite charity or just something,
It would transform
it would
Jackson and West
transform
Tennessee.
everything. But there's so many nonprofits that are associated, with United Way. There's something for everybody.
There is something
so
for
you can
everybody.
find something that you're passionate
That's right.
about and make that happen.
Absolutely.
So, can you believe 10 years?
10 years.
And that this
It's
has
amazing.
grown. I remember that very first year, I was telling Anita Kay, that very first year that we did this, and it was at Lambeth, now University of Memphis, but
Yeah.
and how much it's grown.
30 to 40 tables, and here we are, 125, 126.
And, to me, that's an impact of the women coming together.
Absolutely.
Helping to, educate and empower. I know I keep saying that, but that is such...
It's pivotal.
I hate to say it, I'm sort of on my soapbox with that, but it's such, the mothers make 90% of the decisions,
Yeah.
Sorry, Matt, but yeah.
Hey, I have a wife, I get it.
You get it. But, that is what's so important, is that we're letting them know not only ways they can come together and have fun and all that, but how they can support all these nonprofits.
That's right.
How they can volunteer, how whatever is needed, there's a way for someone to help.
That's right. And in the importance of their impact in this community
Right.
is profound.
Well, and having, like you said, a record-breaking year, of raising that money and what an impact that's going to make in everybody's lives in West
Yes.
Tennessee.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, once again, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I'm so
Thank you for being
appreciative of
here.
Anita Kay joining us
Absolutely.
earlier.
She's the
Because it
best.
really wouldn't happen without Anita Kay.
It would not happen without Anita
And,
Kay or Kristen Chambers with my staff.
Oh, I know.
either.
Kristen is just incredible.
She is.
But thank you again. And make sure you tune in the next time to an evening in Jackson. See you soon.